Antoinette Martin, and I've been living with type 2 diabetes for 4 years now. For the past year, I've been privileged to be a part of the learning team from Humboldt County, California, which participated in the Quality Allies project on self-management. This project was awarded to the Independent Practice Association's Health Education Alliance. I'm a patient representative. During one of our nationwide meetings, as we were talking about ways to help individuals learn self-management, the suggestion was made that video diaries about everyday experiences in learning how to manage diabetes, the ups and downs of what it feels like and what we had to learn to make life changes, might be helpful to others traveling the same path. When I came home, I found such enthusiastic support in our local organization, DPOET, which is Diabetes Peer Outreach and Education Team, that we decided to be brave and share our stories in the hope that it might make it easier for others with diabetes.
I'm Nancy Ortiz, and I'm type 2 diabetic. And when I first knew I had diabetes, I of course was at my doctor's office, and I had pretty much ignored my health for the first 50 years of my life. And that what got me to the doctors in the first place. I was about to have my 50th birthday, and I decided this was enough of me being in denial and not taking care of myself, and it was time to get serious. And I kind of thought I probably had diabetes because I was about twice the weight that I am now, and I wasn't exercising. It was very sedentary, and I was already experiencing in my feet some neuropathy, some tingling and loss of sensation. And given my age and my background, and so I went to the doctors, and he was terrific. I think having a good doctor makes all the difference in taking care of oneself and staying motivated. And so he listened to what I had to say, then he took some tests, had me go take tests. And when I follow-up visit, he said, well, it was official that I did have diabetes. And so we set about doing, coming up with a plan on what I should do. I'd already heard from him about a book called Body for Life, and basically it's an exercise and eating program. It's something that I really needed to address in my life, as I already said, and it truly has made all the difference. Paying attention to what I eat is fairly simple. Dramatically changed that, and also how I exercise, because I wasn't doing that at all. And and the weight came off, and as that came off, my numbers went, my blood glucose numbers went down, my A1C went down, and all the other good things went up, like, I had hyperlipidemia, I had hypertension, and all those things got way better. And so now I feel way healthier than I ever did. I had no idea it felt this nice. The biggest challenge or the hurdle for me, I would have to say, is really myself. Changing my habits, taking a hard look at myself and not being in denial about stuff, and appreciating what I had before it was totally gone as far as my health went. And I really didn't pay much attention to that before, and I took it for granted. And I'd had problems with my back, and that was part of what instigated me going to the doctors too, is that I really took things for granted, and I didn't want to anymore. So the hardest thing for me still is to make myself get up and exercise. The eating's pretty easy to do now. It's routine, but still making myself get up and walk or do some lifting of weights, that's still tough. I have to talk myself into it quite often. But I know that it makes me feel better, and it keeps me healthy, and my diabetes in check too. And those things have become very important to me. The more I hear about, the more support groups I go to, and the basics class, it really is about self-management by and large, because you live with yourself day in and day out, and it's up to you to take your medication. It's up to you to, eat right and keep your, count your carbohydrates, and nobody can really do that for you except yourself. And it's, like I said, great having a very supportive doctor, but much of it is just taking care of ourselves. And the more I learn about diabetes, the more it just becomes much more evident to me. And it's a real drag thing. I mean, my diabetes isn't as bad as some people's anymore. I mean, I was headed that way for sure. And it's a disease that affects pretty much every system in our body. And the more I learn, the more I realize how important that is, and the role that I play in it, because we're the biggest caretakers of ourselves. No one else is. When you learn about all the complications that are possible with having diabetes, that was another motivation for me, like losing my eyesight, how that would change my life if I no longer could see. And all the freedoms that I have now, some of the freedoms that I have now, like driving a car, I wouldn't be able to do that. Or with very bad neuropathy in your feet, it affects how you can drive a car and not be able to. Just being, about nephrology, and, it's nice to get to go to the bathroom without having to be on dialysis, because I've known a few people who've had to do that because of diabetes. And it's not really pleasant, and it's really, really tough. Heart disease and all that too. It's when you think about it and you really, truly accept that, for myself, that's really made a huge difference. Well, the barriers I've experienced are mostly just like myself, and trying to stay motivated, because sometimes I just really don't feel like doing anything, and I just want to goof off as far as eating goes and exercising. I'd just soon sit and watch TV and eat some ice cream sometime too. And when I choose to do that, I enjoy it because I've made a decision to do that. But that doesn't mean I get to goof off the whole week either. I just have to be strict with myself. And it's not always fun, but, I know there's big payoffs in the end, and that's what makes a difference to me. How I've been in denial for so long, that's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, because you think you're doing, I'm okay. And you don't ever look at what the results you're getting. Or for me, I didn't, and because I didn't want to. It was more fun, eating the food and sitting around and watching movies and just doing whatever I felt like without being responsible for myself. What helps me the most, well, aside from trying to take charge of myself, like I've been learning all the different ways we can, the support of my family, my friends, and I'd have to say, having a really good doctor, and who's supportive and encouraging, and is very pleased with my progress, and just feeling so much better than I ever thought I could. I really have never felt ever in my life as good as I do now physically, and I feel healthy, and I just really want to enjoy that.